everyone, my name is Jessica Raleigh. I am a personalized professional learning field manager in Denver Public Schools, and today I'm going to model the mid-year reflection for Project Cam Opener. Many of you watching this are going to be Project Cam Opener participants who are also going to be doing a reflection here, and so I just sort of wanted to model what that might look like for my own experiences. In terms of early successes and perhaps some challenges so far with the technology, I tried to use the swivel for the first time in December when I was at a conference, and I was presenting a session that was about 2 hours long, and I didn't realize A, that I did not have nearly enough space on my iPad to record that, and B, I didn't realize that you could actually use the marker on the microphone to start and stop the video. So I was trying to take just sort of consecutive footage of the video, and then I was going to go back later and edit it so that it wasn't a 2-hour video, and I kind of just didn't think it through and didn't play around with the equipment enough, and so I ended up only being able to get bits and pieces of the session, which at first I was really bummed, and I know I've talked to a lot of teachers who've gone through these same struggles where they were so excited to record something and then it didn't save, or they couldn't find it on their YouTube channel, or it only got one piece, or the video was great but there was no sound, and so I sort of felt that oh no, I was so excited to watch this and to see the whole thing, and I only got about 20 minutes of footage out of the 2 hours, but at the same time, that was great because it gave me just a specific thing to look at, and I now know, constantly learning, I now know that I can use the marker, and so I'm excited in the next couple months to just kind of play around with that and practice. It's a lot to think about when you're recording and you're trying to start and stop, but you're also trying to be present with your students and the learners who are in the room. So in February when I present that session again, I'm excited to definitely get the same 20 minutes so I can compare and contrast, but also to take out some of that sort of downtime from the video in the recording so that I'm able to record a lot more. So looking forward to that. I also think that I need to sort of refine where the placement of the camera is, because it seems like a really simple thing, but it's actually really hard to figure out just the right place to do it. And then especially when you're not in your own space. I know we have several teachers who don't have their own classrooms, and so they're sort of traveling to other people's classrooms, and it made me think about that when I was presenting, because it's a ballroom in a conference center, and the outlets are where they are, and the table's where it's at, and you don't necessarily get a lot of time in there ahead of when the participants are coming to be able to get all set up. And so I sort of captured a lot of my back, which was an interesting perspective, but I also again, I learned from it because it was neat to be able to not focus on myself so much. I think, especially because it was my first video of a facilitation, I probably would have been like, oh, why are you doing that with your face? Or, sort of just caught up in what I was doing. And it was kind of neat that I didn't see my face. It was just, from the back. And so I could see all of the participants who were sitting out at their tables. And so it was really interesting. Every time I watched the video, I noticed something different about what the learners are doing. Are they looking at their computers during that time in the session? Are they furiously taking notes? Are they trying to talk to each other? Or, did it seem like I was going too fast and they weren't able to access the document yet? Or all those little things, you can kind of, you don't know for sure because you're not sitting next to them, but you can kind of start to look at the students, the learners who are out there, and get an idea about that. So I thought that was really neat. And so going forward, I'm just going to kind of take time to think about where I'm placing the swivel and the camera, regardless of whether I'm using a swivel or not. Just kind of thinking about my camera placement. I'm hoping to find a way in my next facilitation to place the camera so that I get maybe sort of more of a side view of myself, but that I can still see the room, as I tend to move around a lot, as you probably can tell by my flailing hands as I talk. But when I facilitate, I get so crazy excited most of the time, and I really like to move around and check in on people and kind of see what they're working on and listen in to their table discussions. And so I think that'll be good to place it in a spot where, as I'm roaming around the room, I can capture all of the learners in the room too. So I'm excited about that. When I watch the videos that are being posted in the community, and I go out to classrooms and talk with teachers and hear about the things that they're doing with their kids, oh my gosh, it's just absolutely, it's amazing. I love it so much, and I just always think, oh, you should meet so-and-so because they're doing this thing. You guys could talk about that, and have you talked to this teacher over at that school? And so I want to be able to do more of that and getting people connecting to each other. I think that there's so much knowledge and so much potential and really great relationships that could come out of being part of this community, and I really want to help people to get to that. So there's my reflection. I really enjoyed sort of thinking through some of these questions. I hope that you do as well. And I just want to remind you that, this is really just about thinking and learning and processing where you've come from and where you're going. I know not everyone has recorded their video, so if this is your first video, that's awesome, and congratulations. And I'm so excited to see your first video, if that's what this is, or if this is your fifth video, I'm super excited to see it too. But I just want everyone to know that I appreciate so much everything you're contributing to this community, to this project, and to your own practice for your kids and yourself. I just think it's absolutely incredible the things that you all are doing, and I cannot wait to see your reflections. So I'll talk to you soon.